Tonight we have an exciting adventure, I guess we can call it. For the past 6 weeks or so, we've been growing these plants in our aero garden, and they look absolutely amazing. We decided it's time we're going to transplant those into our grow tent. We made a previous video of moving everything out of the grow tent to outside, and now we're going to make a video of putting these into the grow tent. Pretty excited about it, because it's kind of sad not having the tent. But
this is going to be our second tent garden, and we've learned an awful lot through a lot of error and a lot of trial
and error. Yes.
So what we're going to show you in this video is the critical errors that we made in our tent. We made so many mistakes along the way that cost us a lot of time in our grow. We want to show you what we did that was wrong and how to fix it.
Whatever we did worked. And we're going to show you what worked for us. And hopefully it works for you if you're having the same type of issues. We're transplanting from the aero garden, which is a hydroponic grow, and we're moving it into these 5-gallon buckets, which are also hydroponic.
This is a DWC, or deep water culture hydroponic system.
What we bought was a deep water culture kit from VivoSun, how you say it. And it comes with 8 buckets. So the tent we have is 4x4, so we don't need full 8 buckets. We're going to do it with 6 buckets. Each bucket has a few holes on the side. One's going to be for the water level. One is going to be for the air supplier. So this produces bubbles inside the water to keep the water moving. And the third hole is for the drip ring. The drip ring feeds into the air hose. It sucks in water from the bottom and spits water out on top of your grow medium.
Issue number 1
was getting this into the bucket. So they give you a couple little grommets, and you have to feed this hose through the grommet, and it's a very tight fit. So the easiest way I found to do it is you have to put a lot of pressure on the bucket to hold it in place. Pop it into the hole, and you almost have to twist it through. Right at the beginning, twist it through as much as you can until you can see it come through on the other side, which you can here. And the easiest way for me to get it through is I decided to get a small pair of needle nose pliers and pull it through. So this way here, you want to pull enough through to where it's going to reach the bottom of the drip. So now that we get that sorted, we'll get the plants moved. Where do we want to start?
Well, the next thing we need to do is move the plants into their deep water culture buckets.
Their new home. One major issue we ran into before was how much water do we put into the 5-gallon bucket?
So here's the thing. They're 5-gallon buckets, meaning they can hold 5 gallons of water, but
you do not want to put 5 gallons of water.
No, you don't.
So this is one of our plants here. I just pulled it out, and you can see the root system on this it's pretty gnarly all along. So these spikes that are popped out like right here, these are what they call oxygen roots. The long roots soak up the nutrients in the water, and the oxygen flows through these roots up here. So the issue we ran into the first time is we filled the water up so much that it covered the oxygen roots and basically drowned the plant. And the plant, we couldn't figure out what we did wrong and why the plant was dying. And the more we researched it, it revealed that we're covering up the oxygen roots and not letting the plant get the oxygen it needs to grow. Once we figured that out, it revived the plants because we nearly killed them. We're taking this plant and we're going to put it into this system here. So one of the issues is trying to get the roots to go through these small holes into the net pot so they can hang down into the water. And we're going to attempt to do that right now. So we're going to take the plant out of its holder that's for the aero garden, and we're going to transplant it into.
All right, let's go. So, because we cut the bottom out of this net pot for the aero garden, I can pop it right out and look.
It just made it so much easier to pull out of this with the bottom cut.
Yeah.
And we're going to put the roots through the net pot.
Ta-da! And now look, I can just feed the roots right through. There you go. That's got a ton of root down there. Just perfect.
As you can see, we got some roots through the bottom of the net pot. Now we're going to fill it with the clay beads and let the plant sit up. So here are the clay beads that we had. And
it is recommended that you rinse them. I would do it. They're a little dirty, dusty. Are we ready to talk about the most critical mistake that we made in our first grow? Because I am,
definitely. What we didn't take into consideration is the drip ring itself. So what happens is the bottom of the drip ring is into the water that's in the bucket. It sucks up water from the bottom, and air shoots into it, pushes it up into the drip ring, and the drip ring intermittently spits out water into the system.
All around this ring, there's little holes. Water comes out with nutrients.
Yes. So
fertilizer.
It's water and nutrients. So the issue we ran into the first time is we had the drip ring up too high. So what ended up happening is the water would spit out of the drip ring, hit the media, and splash up all over the leaves. And
hose it all down. There was water with
everywhere.
Fertilizer on the plants, on the walls of the tent, literally hosed our plants with nutrients, and it was bad.
So like 2 days into our grow, all of our leaves turned brown because they were burnt, because they had the heat from the light and they were soaked with nutrients. So
our beautiful seedlings that we spent so much time growing, that we were so proud of, got absolutely burned down to the stem.
All that was left was the stem. And it took us that to realize what was happening. So don't make that mistake. Keep the drip ring nice and low so it actually stays inside the media and it won't splash on everything.
If you see any splashing, stop it, adjust your drip ring immediately, pull it down, and go from there.
I mean, it set us back a long time.
Months.
And thankfully, everything ended up coming back in the long run, but I mean, it probably was a month. It probably set us back a month of grow time, and it was just all for just lack of knowledge and understanding. So now we have our plant in with the media. It's actually sitting upright. We have enough clay balls in there to get started. We have enough root sticking down below, so we're ready to start adding some food.
All right.
What we're going to use for food here is the product Cultivation Nation. It's from Fox Farm. It's organic, and it's designed for hydroponics. First grow, we decided that we were just going to use Fox Farm products to grow because it's organic and we want it to be organic.
The Fox Farm Trio is the first thing that we used.
So looking at the packaging, it said for soil or hydroponic. There's a huge difference between soil and hydroponic grows. and we could not figure out the calculations for the hydroponic grow. And it hurt. It hurt us. It set us back even more. And finally, after doing some more research, I found that Foxfarm made an actual strictly hydroponic grow in Cultivation Nation. We switched over to this and it changed everything. Once we found this Cultivation Nation, which it's very similar, it has grow, bloom, and micro are the three parts of it. And another big thing that we learned about afterwards was CalMag. So calcium, magnesium, huge benefit to growing peppers. We printed out the hydroponic sheet from Cultivation Nation to help us along with it, guides you week by week of what you should be feeding it. Right now, we assume these plants are roughly 8 weeks. I'm going to mix them up now and we'll be back.